This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. We normally try to avoid stories like last night's Israel attack on Iran, but it could have a direct impact on the auto industry. That attack sent oil prices up sharply in early market trading because there's worry that Iran may try to shut off some oil shipments. And when prices at the pump go up quickly, car sales stall out, especially sales of full-size trucks and SUVs, which is where automakers make most of their profits. Meanwhile, President Trump is threatening to raise tariffs on imported vehicles even higher, and he says it could happen in the not-too-distant future. Quote, "The higher you go, the more likely they are to build a plant here," he said at a White House event. Trump is also going to slap fees on Ro-Ro ships that bring foreign cars to the U.S. Ro-Ro stands for roll-on, roll-off, where cars are driven directly on and off ships without cranes or tow vehicles. The fees could add up to as much as $300 per vehicle and would apply to any Ro-Ro ships that were not made in the U.S., which means almost all of them, since the U.S. builds very few ships for transporting commercial vehicles, although the military does have some. Just like higher tariffs on vehicle imports will see more plants being built, the president believes that making it more expensive to use foreign ships will increase shipbuilding in the United States. And despite the threat of tariffs, Ford is moving forward with its $3 billion project to retool its Oakville plant in Canada to build Super Duty pickups. Ford of Canada's CEO says the update is, quote, "well in the works," and that trucks should start rolling down the line by the end of next year. The plant will have the capacity to produce 100,000 Super Duties a year. It used to build the Edge, but production ended last year. Ford initially planned to replace that model with a new 3-row EV, but the company scrapped those plans because its projections on expected EV demand were off. But Ford's plan to build Super Duties is a risk too because of those tariffs. According to Auto Forecast Solutions, Ford only sells around 20,000 Super Duties in Canada, so the rest of the trucks will be shipped to the U.S. and slapped with tariffs.
Knowing that a little rain won't slow down your day, that's what really matters. Bridgestone Turanza Quiet Track tires, confident control in wet conditions.
Despite discounts from automakers and the availability of the $7,500 federal tax credit, EV sales in the U.S. fell for the first time in 14 months. According to S&P Global Mobility, more than 97,800 EVs were registered in April, down 4.4% from a year ago. That dropped EV market share to 6.6%, down from 7.4% last year. Tesla registered just under 40,000 vehicles, which was a slip of 16%. So, if you take out Tesla, EV sales were likely up. But Tesla wasn't the only automaker that struggled to sell EVs in April. Ford, Hyundai, Rivian, Mercedes-Benz, Kia, Toyota, and Volkswagen also saw drops of anywhere between 19 to 77%. On the flip side, Chevy, BMW, Cadillac, Nissan, GMC, Honda, and Volvo all saw gains. And despite April's decline, EV registrations are up 11% through the first 4 months of the year to about 405,500 vehicles. And on a global basis, electrified vehicles continue to grow as well. According to market research firm Romotion, automakers sold 1.6 million pure electrics and plug-in hybrids in May, up 24% from a year ago. The overwhelming amount of those sales were in China, which accounted for 1.02 million sales, a gain of 24%, and the first time this year China topped 1 million sales. Electrified sales in Europe were up 36%, and in North America, they were up 7.5% in May. Tesla is launching refreshed versions of the Model S and X, a move it first confirmed in February. There's a new frost blue paint color available, a new camera in the lower part of the front fascia that improves visibility, new wheel designs that have better aero, which increases range slightly on some sizes, and the Model S Plaid gets a few styling tweaks that improve high-speed stability. Tesla said it also made adjustments to the suspension to help smooth out the ride, added some ambient lighting, made the interior less noisy, and added some third-row space in the Model X. Those upgrades increased prices by $5,000. The Model S long range now starts just below $85,000, and the X long range is just below $90,000. But since they were already priced in the premium to luxury category, I don't think the increase will have a big impact on sales. In the first quarter in the U.S., Tesla is estimated to have delivered a combined 5,100 Model S and X's. China plunged headfirst into promoting electric vehicles because it knew it was too far behind foreign automakers in internal combustion engines. Or that used to be the case because now it looks like several Chinese car companies are making the most efficient engines in the world. Geely announced it's coming out with a 1.5-liter engine with 47.26% thermodynamic efficiency. And keep in mind that most engines are in the 30 to 35% range, while Formula One engines, which cost about $10 million apiece, barely get above 50%. Thermodynamic efficiency relates to how efficiently an engine converts fuel to power versus the energy in the fuel needed to overcome friction or get converted to waste heat. Geely calls its new setup the Lei Shen AI Hybrid, and it's going into the PHEV version of the Galaxy A7 sedan, which is rated at 117 miles per gallon or 2 liters per 100 kilometers. It goes on sale in the second half of this year. And Car News China reports that a 2-liter version using hydrogen as its fuel hits a 48.15% thermo efficiency rating. It will be offered as an option in the fourth quarter. Ford is giving the F-150 the LOBO treatment. While it's not quite to the same performance street truck level as the Maverick LOBO, it does have a lot of features that make it unique. An updated suspension drops the truck by 2 inches, while a 10-piece ground effects package makes it look even lower. 22-inch gloss black wheels are standard, as are dual exhaust tips and hood vents. Under that hood is Ford's 5-liter V8, which makes 400 horsepower and is mated to an upgraded 2-speed automatic 4-wheel drive system. The F-150 LOBO also features unique lighting and front-end styling in both the grille and lower fascia. Overall, it's a $4,700 package on top of an STX crew cab model, which brings the starting price to around $61,000. And speaking of special edition packages, Volkswagen is getting ready to launch a 50th anniversary edition of the Golf GTI, which it says is the most powerful production GTI ever. While it hasn't revealed exact power figures yet, based on the previous statement, it will have more than 306 horsepower, and the company just took a, quote, near production test vehicle to the Nürburgring and set a new record for itself, lapping the famous track in a little over 7 minutes and 46 seconds. No street-legal Volkswagen has ever gone faster. Nissan is sharing more details about the next-gen Leaf. It says when connected to a fast charger, the model can add up to 250 kilometers or 155 miles of range in 14 minutes. After a destination is entered into the navigation, the car will automatically optimize the cooling of the battery to help conserve energy. In the US, the Leaf will be available with outlets inside the car that can power small to medium devices. And in Japan, the Leaf will be capable of bidirectional charging, so it can connect to an owner's home to power appliances or charge devices, as well as use it as a backup generator during a power outage. The new Leaf makes its global debut next week. But that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for making Autoline a part of your day, and I hope that you have a great weekend.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering boost your game. Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility. And by
Developing today's vehicles. Issues can happen in an instant. When's the best time to solve a problem? The minute you know you have one. Meet Wireless Neovi Cloud, your secure, off-the-shelf solution empowering real-time collaboration for quick resolution. With Wireless Neovi Cloud, your team can prevent issues before they can escalate. Driver communication data and remote diagnostics to analyze and resolve your problems using OTA, allowing your executives oversight throughout the process. Wireless Neovi Cloud, your vehicle update solution in production and on the road. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
There's nothing wrong with heavy metal.
Hey, lighten up.
But with world-class composite material, Teijin Automotive Technologies makes vehicles lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly.
Ward's is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.